Hey y'all, out here at Larry Giffey's Hot Rod and Restoration Shop, and really cool today. We got a project that falls on the restoration side of it, and it's an old town and country Chrysler. Larry, come tell me something about this car.
Be glad to, Scotty. It's right. This is one we just got in. We've not touched it. This car was purchased about 6 months ago down in Naples, Florida, by one of my customers over at Hilton Head. Don Poinsett owns the car, and we're getting ready to do a ground-up restoration on it for them. This is exactly how it came in. We just moved it from a restoration or storage building where we had it stored prior to doing the restoration. We just moved it over here yesterday, so we're getting ready to tear it all down. It's a 1947 Chrysler Town and Country convertible, which in effect is a woody convertible. If you notice down the side,
it does have the wood on it, doesn't it?
It's steel, but then all of this is wood.
Real wood.
Panels, real wood.
Not like stuff on these cars now. It's not plastic. This is real wood. As a matter of fact, you can see, well, there's places where it's cracked, but you can see that's actual wood. Now, you're going to fix all these wood pieces.
Yes, all of these pieces will be taken apart, either replaced, or in a lot of cases, we'll be able to take the wood and open it up and re-glue and tighten all the wood back up and put dowel pins in it. And then we will refinish, strip all the varnish and stuff off the wood, refinish all the wood, and restructure it. We'll start up. The fenders will be off. We'll take this car all the way down to the bare frame. It'll be sandblasted clean. The motor will be built, and then we will build it back up. And it will look completely original. In other words, everything, every bolt nut.
No hot rod or custom.
No hot rod, no modification to it. It'll all be original. We may update a couple of things on the brakes to a little bit more updated brakes. You're allowed to do that on some of this. But when you open it up and look at it, it will all be detailed just like it was.
You're still going to have the pickle jar holding the windshield washer fluid?
That's right.
Huh.
And it'll be just like it come off the showroom floor.
What motor is in this?
This is a flathead 6-cylinder motor.
The original numbers matching, I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah, to our knowledge, we haven't got into it, but it appears that it is the all correct motor. We'll get into that a little more, but I'm under the assumption it is the motor that came in it.
It's called a pit fire.
Yep.
Yeah, pit fire. Wow. And you said it's a 6?
Yes, sir.
It's got more than 6 spark plugs.
Well, no, this one is actually an 8-cylinder.
Yeah.
You caught me on that. The Chryslers were, this one, some of them had 6 cylinders. This one is an 8-cylinder, inline 8.
You confused me on that one, Larry.
I
was getting ready to hear the big story on it. I was like, really? What are these extra 2 spark plugs
for? We'll show you this vintage one up here. It's got 12. It's got 12 spark plugs. It's got 12 spark plugs.
Right.
It's a 6-cylinder with 12 spark plugs. They use 2 spark plugs per cylinder.
No kidding. What's that in?
It's in this locomobile.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
But this is a unique project, and like I say, it's the way the interior is all original. The plaid.
Now, we think it might have been recovered, but that's what it would have looked like.
Yes, the side panels we think are probably the original. Pretty close to it.
Sure.
This has been redone, but this is the correct look.
Right.
And of course,
that's what you're going to go back to.
Yeah, it'll go back to that corect look.
And what kind of options does this thing have on it? What did they offer back then?
Radio. AM. Only. It has the fluid drive transmission, which is sort of like an automatic and a straight shift combined in that it has a clutch, but you can shift it without the clutch. You only have to use the clutch to take off.
To get going. And that's up on the column?
Mm-hmm. Right here.
How many speed?
3-speed.
Yeah. It's got the searchlights on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
for when you're out in the country looking for an address, you can do that.
Spotlights, exactly.
And it's a convertible.
And it is a convertible. There wasn't a ton of options available. It takes power steering. It takes all the power you got to turn it with.
So it doesn't have power steering?
No, sir, it does not.
No power brakes.
No power
drums
brakes.
all the way, all that. Yeah. Air conditioning, heat, anything like that?
Heat, yes. No air conditioning. Has heat.
Are they going to put? Will they allow you to put air conditioning on it? Vintage air or something?
We possibly may put something on this one. It'll depend. This gentleman's going to show this thing some on concourse, so probably when he first shows it we won't, but we may eventually change it and add air conditioning to it.
What about them old ones used to hang out the windows back then? You remember? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly. Sit out the back door glass.
Yeah, maybe you put some of
Those
those on.
Buicks, a lot of Buicks, Cadillacs, early Cadillacs,
Right.
49, 50 Cadillac had one of those units on it.
I know. I see them come into the Clinton Highway Show, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's crazy. But I guess they just blow air in, right? They just
Yeah.
collect.
It's like a fan deal.
Yeah.
It picks up air and blows it in
Right.
and circulates it.
Huh. And look at this. Is there one of these missing? Or they only would put on one
Only
side?
has it on one side.
And that's to hold it up? Mm-hmm. Huh. Have you ever done one of these cars before?
Not one of these particular ones. No, this is a first on this. We've done lots of vintage cars, Packards, Chryslers, Pierce Arrows, Locomobiles, but we haven't done one of these Chrysler Town and Country. So
Is it a one barrel?
it's actually a 2-barrel carburetor.
Flathead V8 Chrysler.
Well, it's an 8, not a V8.
Oh, that's right. Flathead 8.
Yeah, inline.
Right. Huh. Well, I can't wait to see that. How long do you think it'll take you to do this one?
This project will run from the time we tear it down here in a few weeks. It'll probably take about a year to a year and a half, depending on the woodwork is going to be one of the things, depending on how long it takes us to get the wood duplicated. As you can see, the trunk has some pretty serious damage on it, so the trunk's going to require quite a bit of that. And it depends on how much of that we have to have farmed out and how long it takes to get that done.
But all the parts are here. That's the good news.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
As long as you don't...
Everybody thinks third brake lights are a new thing.
They're not, are they? Look at that. That's
That
some
was factory in 47.
old school third brake light. Look at that. Fit right in there. Huh. Well, I think that's going to be cool, to be honest with you. And I guess you'll use everything off this car you can instead of replacing something. You'll
all
redo
the
it.
all the stainless will be polished. All the chrome, pop metal will be replated. We won't, unless something is non-repairable, and then in that case we'll try to find an original NOS part or a good used part and then replate or replace it.
I got you.
Do it that way, but there won't be. Now we will use reproduction like fuzzies around the windows, and the rubber products are reproduced for it, and door seals are reproduced for it. But as far as
Parts that matter.
fenders,
Right.
stainless and trim, and if we find something that's bad in the floors, we'll make new panels to duplicate the original with the original beads in it and all that.
These have metal floor pans in them, or they got wood
Yeah, they
ones?
got a metal floor pan.
That's good.
They got a metal floor pan, and then this sets over here, sets on it, and these are the structures. There are no metal under here.
No kidding.
When you take this wheel well off, there's a metal wheel well that bolts into this. This is the structure.
Huh.
In other words,
Look at that door. Wait, yeah. In other words, look at that door.
this door is wood.
Yes, it is. Holy smokes! Sure
This
enough.
quarter panel is wood.
It sure is.
This rocker panel is wood. There is a floor pan that sets on the frame
Right, I understand it now.
that the wooden body sets down on.
So this car is at least 50% wood.
Pull the fenders off of it, it's 75% wood. Take
Holy
the front and rear
smokes!
fender and the hood off of it. This cowl is steel, and the rest of this is wood, including
Holy!
the entire trunk.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's got to be harder to work with than metal.
It will be fun.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I think I'm going to come by and check on it, like at the end of the day. Not in the middle of the day while you're working on it, because I got a feeling you'll have a different look on your face. When I have all the faith in your abilities, Larry. There's no doubt about that. But there's a reason they don't make wood cars no more, brother.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, and look at the shapes and all on that too. I mean, yeah, no, I can't wait to see the work you do with this. This isn't my genre. This isn't what This isn't what I get up in the morning to go do. But I enjoy your work, and I understand. Like I tell people, I'm glad people try to recondition these cars. I'm glad everybody's not a street rodder, hot rodder like myself. You know what I'm saying? I like that there's still some original cars to look at and see how they really were. So, no, I really appreciate it. And, all right, well, we'll just check back on this one periodically when we're out here. When you think you're getting started? A couple weeks on it?
Yeah, I think we'll be tearing it down. We'll probably start though. First thing we do is always photograph, and we'll take 150 photographs, 200 photographs of this car, digital photographs, before we ever take anything off of it.
Right.
and put those on the computer. And then as we disassemble each piece and do things, we take more digitals. Most of the time, when we get a car completely all tore down, we may have 350 or 400 pictures of the entire car throughout the disassembly process. And that way we can take the pictures and reassemble the jigsaw puzzle back together.
Sure.
And it becomes very valuable.
Well, I would think especially.
Everything we take apart, we will bag what it is, and we use Ziploc bags. We take everything and all the bolts. Okay, this is the right front fender bolts, blah, blah, blah. They go in this bag, Ziploc to this. And then when you get ready, either you replace those bolts with new zinc-plated bolts or whatever you're doing, or you have to send those bolts, if they're unique, off to be CAD-plated, zinc-plated, black oxide-plated, whatever the case might be.
So is there certain bolts you can replace for a concourse car and ones you can't?
Well, there are certain, in other words, they have to be the original style. If they can, if someone is reproducing that bolt with the right finish on it and the right head and the right washer, yes, they don't know whether it's a reproduced bolt or the original bolt. But it has to be. You can't take a regular flat hex head bolt and put it in.
I gotcha. You can't just run down. You just can't run down to Home Depot and get some bolts, put them back together. That won't work.
That don't work.
Just because it fits in the hole, that's not going to make it happen.
Just because it's a 5/16 18 bolt, that don't mean you can use it.
That was my question. I understand. Well, brother, again, I appreciate you letting me come out here and do what I do, and look forward to watching you work on this one.
Well, thank you, Scotty. We appreciate you coming by, and thank you for everything.
Thank you, Larry.
Look forward to you coming back.
All righty, folks, you heard it. You know, we're going to follow this one through. We'll probably do 3 or 4 stages on it. Probably come back and catch it when it's tore down, and we'll follow it through and see the end of it, because that's going to be awful cool. Now I got to let Larry get to dinner. His wife's calling. She's mad at me because I've kept him here all night. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. See ya.